Today starts the next phase of my Mitsubishi Evo 8 build. And that is because today we are back at AP Tuning and we are engine swapping my Mitsubishi Evo. So what is happening is I have been left in charge to start dismantling all of my engine bay because this is coming out and we have a new engine going in. So all of this came about because Gary had an engine he was building for a customer, and then a time attack car came in and it had a 2.3 litre stroker. The customer then wanted that 2.3 litre stroker in his car, so this built engine was sat there. Gary dropped me a message and said, do you want it in your Evo? Now, obviously, I said yes. Now, the engine I have going in is this one, right here, and that is a 2 litre long rod engine that is good for up to 600 horsepower. Now we're still chatting about what route we're going to go down because it is quite a lot of money. Whether we just put it in for now, stick an Evo 9 turbo on and make maybe like 420 or something, and then down the line go for it, or we just go full send. We need to look at logistics. But like I say, we are engine swapping the Evo and the new phase of the build starts today. Anyway, less talk, more work. I'm going to start disassembling this. I've got to take pipes off, take the battery out because we're doing a battery relocation to the boot as well. There is lots to get on with, so I'll try to film as much as I can, but like I say, I don't want to hold the guys up. And also, we do have my engine going into a different customer's car because luckily, we have sold this. Now, it's really cool that I get to actually come in and work on my own car, so a massive thanks to Gary and Dan for allowing me to do that. It's so good. Now, Gary is just currently tuning a car that is literally going to have the same engine as what I've got. It's on the dyno right now. We've pulled all the bits off. We now just need to get the car up, and then we need to get the coolant out, and then we should be able to drop the engine out. But this is a car with the same engine setup. Damn. So he's currently dialing that car in. He's literally just mapping it now, but it's expected to make, I reckon, between 550 to 600 on that engine, and that's the same 2 litre long rod that I will have in mine. I've got, luckily, I've got a camera woman. Sammy's here.
Hello everyone, I'm here for moral support.
Yeah. So
this is back in the old days though, this is memories of...
This takes it down the road for you. So gearbox oil's coming out, we've dropped down the exhaust.
Gearbox oil smells like fried chicken to me, by the way, so let me know if you agree with that. It does.
Anyway, so that's down. And then, should we get the engine outside?
We're getting there. Gearbox is all drained. Final thing, maybe, to take off?
Hopefully. So guys, a very successful day with the Evo because as you just saw, the engine is out of the car. Now the new owner of the engine has actually got his car here. It was dropped off today as well. So that will be going in probably sometime next week. And then we're lining up what to do with the engine that's going into my car. So the thing for me now though is to make a decision on what I'm going to do in regards to the turbo. I need to have a little sit down with Gary and obviously talk about this, but I'd like to know your opinions. Do we go for like a halfway house, kind of like a medium level, put like a 9 in, make a little bit more power and obviously just get the engine in? Or do we go for the full turbo build? Now, obviously, cost effectiveness is to just go for the Evo 9 or even the Evo 8 turbo now, and then obviously save up a bit more to go for the big boy turbo and obviously big power. But there is an element of obviously just getting it all done in one go. So guys, a bit of time has passed and it's been a few weeks, but I'm back at Gary's and we are giving you more of an update on, well, everything that is happening with the Evo. So since the last clip, the new engine is in the car. So this is the built one. We've reverted back to the old Mitsubishi spark plug cover and the old engine oil cap because I just want the car to look a bit more OEM, basically under the engine bay. But like I say, the new engine is in. This is the built 2 litre long rod. As well as that, 5-speed is here and they've dissected everything. This is pretty much everything that goes into it. I think it's a bearing that needs replacing and 1 gear. So we actually got quite lucky with trading it in with Ross at Ross Sports. So we only need to, like I say, replace 1 bearing and 1 gear, which is good because that's going to make things a lot cheaper. So this is the 5-speed and the gear linkages and everything is in. So the shifter itself is actually in the car, as you can see. So we're just waiting for those parts. We can then get those to make up the gearbox, and then that can also go in the car, which is absolutely amazing. Now, also what we're doing is battery relocation. So we're going for this big boy Bosch battery in the back. But what Gary showed me, and Dan's been working his magic wiring this up, is that instead of me in the winter, because I don't have like a trickle charger because of where the garage is, being able to like take obviously everything off, the negative and positives, and just taking it all off, all I've got to do is literally hit this little switch here, and then it will flick it, and then that disconnects the battery. Why that is not in every single car is beyond me, because that makes life so much easier. So what I'm doing today, and Gary's given me the job, is we're pulling out all of the old wires, because we had so much wiring and stuff going on here and just unnecessary wires. And if I show you what we had in the car before, from what we've took out so far, we've got a lot more to take out today, but I'm going to show you some of the wires that we had in the car. Look at this pile. That has all come out. So this we've taken out, which a lot of people are going to be annoyed at me about, but it just makes everything cleaner. So this is the ETC reader, the ETC card reader that came from Japan, the toll card reader. So we've taken that out just because I want to clean everything up. Then there's also quite a few other bits as well. So these wires basically were the Tyne electronic dampening control wiring. We're not using that anymore because they failed, because when they get wet, they can just die. So we pulled all that wiring out, and then there's just all these random wires that were literally leading to absolutely nothing that came in the car when it came over from Japan. So like I say, that's what's been going on so far. Gearbox is being sorted, engines in the car, turbo kit's on its way, bearing and one gear, and then the gearbox can go in. They should be coming today. Battery's already in the boot, blocks in the car, linkages and shifter is in. So we've now got a 5-speed. So I've got to get used to that, because obviously reverse is now over here rather than being up with this, or what it used to be in that way. But we are getting there. This is the big stuff. And also, like I say, today, by taking all these like sticky pads and stuff we had off on here, it's just going to clean this up and make it look really nice. You know, I've taken off the stickers that were on there from Japan for the ETC, this one here as well. It's just going to make everything look smart again, and kind of take it back to just how the car should look, as OEM as we can get. So the other thing we're looking at doing is a drive-by wire to make it go to like electronic throttle. I think I'm getting this right. So where we have like this would all be going, and it's all going to be electric. So Gary's saying about moving over, it makes the car idle perfectly and just drive better at lower speeds and stuff like that. So that would be moving over to kind of something along this kind of setup, I think he said. So just something else we're planning. But like I say, I'm going to crack on and start pulling more wiring out. So the idea here is to see if we need all of this wiring behind here, because there's a lot. So I basically put this in when I got the car from Japan on my way home with my friend Adam. We basically sat in the Halfords car park. We had to get like some harnesses, or a wiring harness to go from Japan to UK, and we literally put that in the car in the Halfords car park with the wiring harness that we've got in here. But we're going to see if we can delete some of this wiring, because there is so much excess. You know, there's also things like this. This has been randomly in the car since I've had it. I don't even think it works. I don't know what it does. So there's so many random wires. There's this one here. They're unplugged. They don't work. They don't do anything. Let's just get rid of them. Just tidy the car up, make it look really neat. And it's also probably going to weigh a bit less as well with the amount of wiring we're taking out of the car. So car is back up in the air. This is all the wiring we got out. Look at all of this. And I think I've said it already, but if not, I'm going to say it again. Sadly, we removed the ETC card reader. It is what it is. We took it out, but that is all out. Everything's tidied up in there. Now the next job is taking off the splitter. Now the reason is I wanted to go for more of a time attack look, should we say, with this car. So to match the APR spoiler that we have this going on. APR Performance front wind splitter. Let's get it unpacked. We are in. Let's have a look at this. Oh wow, that is amazing. You aren't going to see any of that because you're only going to see the lip that sticks out. Because look at this one. This one has got beaten up, and I wanted something to match the APR spoiler. And if you've seen the spoiler and then you see that, that is the same splitter that the Tokyo Drift Evo has. So it's going to have that style of vibe with the rods that also go into here as well. So it's going to be rods into here, and then this is going to be going, and we're just going to have that wind splitter, but that is gorgeous. So guys, cat is out the bag. Finally, dream is coming true to build the Evo engine, something I've been working so hard for to be able to do, and I'm just excited to share this with you. So in this video, you'll have seen, obviously, we have drained fluids, we've got the engine out, and then from then to now, Gary and Dan have put the new block in, the built block, the 2-litre long rod, and we've decided on the turbo we're going for. We're going for the big boy turbo. Okay, so we should be making over 500, maybe 550. I think it's good for up to 600. We have got the gearbox. We've changed over from a 6 to a 5 thanks to Ross at Ross Sport. We need to get one new bearing and a new gear, which is on its way. Linkages are in, the box is in, the battery's going into the boot. The boys have been busy, and we're just waiting for the turbo kit to arrive as well. Now, I've also got plenty of bits to sell, as you can see here, and nothing special, but to show you, I have no longer got the BMW. I now have a van for work purposes, which is brilliant because I'm able to pick up parts, and I've got bits that have come off my Evo that I'm selling, so that's really, really cool. So I'm just excited. I'm just excited to basically have this build being done on the Evo. It's a dream to have the Evo look a certain way. As we've shown you as well, we've got the splitter going on to go with the wing. We've also got some other bits coming from Japan at the moment, which are on their way. So yeah, I am absolutely hyped for how the Evo is going to look and the power we're going to make. Like I say, 10-year-old me would be buzzing right now if we could go back and know that in the future, at some point in my life, I'm going to be having a built Evo with over 500 brake horsepower, and it's going to look a certain way as well. I am absolutely buzzing. So like I say, Dan and Gary have been working hard. I've been down there as well. Today we pulled out all that old wiring. It's just cleaned up the interior. It looks so good. And probably in the next video we'll be maybe having the car on the dyno. You have to do running in of the engine and this, that and the other. So we've got all that to do, and then we'll take it back and then be able to get it on the dyno. But like I say, I wanted to just share this with you guys and show you what's going on, show you a bit more in-depth stuff, try to do some filming. Hopefully you like it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you excited to see the Evo build? Because I know some of you, the OGs who have followed me from the start, followed me for the Evo. So this is something that I think a lot of you are going to love. I'm absolutely loving it. And like I say, just keep supporting as well. We're so close to 2K subs, and when we get there, I'm going to be over the moon. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. You've seen that we've started the build on the Evo. I'm excited. I'm hyped. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Keep supporting the channel. We'll see you in the next one, and let me know in the comments what you think to the build. Are you excited? Are you hyped? Let me know. Peace out.